You ready? You ready to get up on this coffee, Greg?
Please, George. I've been bathing in this coffee. That's a lie.
This week I went ahead and secured this bag. I know you got next week's bag. And check this out. We're gonna spin over. Boom, coffee cam. I actually got to create a slide for coffee cam. This coffee comes from Noble Coffee Roasters. Looks like they are a Cup of Excellence winner in 2021 in Mexico. This is a Los Pinos. I think that's a EOE 15 single origin in Mexico. The producer of this coffee is Julia Ortega Carballo.
Oh, that's my homegirl.
It's from the region of, boy, oh boy, look at this. They threw all the letters at this one. Zihue Teolita, Teletla, Puebla. That's what it says.
That's a house. That's some type of house, right?
No, it says Puebla, like in the notes on here, it's got a comma, Puebla. I don't know if that's a city or what.
Yeah, that's like the town of Zihuatanejo.
Exactly.
Did you hear? You have to get that ha, that Zihuatanejo.
Exactly. This is a wash process, and for all those who,
you're washed. This podcast is washed.
My game is no joke.
Okay.
The maisels on this is 1136, and I found that to be incredibly precise for all the coffee that we've had.
Maybe it's a flat plateau in that farm, right? Like along the side of a mountain, like a rice paddy.
Exactly. If you didn't hear at the beginning of the show, this is episode 77. We've done a lot of different coffees. Each one is a brand new roaster. They did 1136, not 1200, not 1700, not 2000.
Not like the 11 to 1150 range.
Nope, 1136. So props to the Noble people.
That shows a couple of things, right? That's attention to detail, and maybe they're just precise, right? Like everything is going to be. We say it like it is.
Yes. The varieties on this, Oro Azteca. If you want to pick up this bag, it is $28 for a 12-ounce bag. Tasting notes. Gregor, let me know if you're getting any of this. Magnolia.
Okay, let's hear it. We talking about Magnolia projects?
I hear Magnolia.
I think Judy right away.
Look back that thing.
Chopper style.
It's the first thing I think of when I hear that word. Brown sugar, grape, lemonade, honey, and juniper.
Wow.
For those who don't know,
the body's kind of like yours, buttery and creamy. That's what the website says.
Believe it.
I get some of this. I'll let you keep rolling, but I get a little bit of that.
So the juniper, for those that love to drink gin or gin and tonics or gin and juice, whatever you're drinking, juniper is the number one ingredient in gin products.
I shouldn't name one of my kids Juniper.
You should have. Still time.
Should have.
You knock out a few more. The actual, and now that we got camera on this piece, I will bust out the coffee cam, and you could peep the roast. Oh, that's kind of. Here, let me see if I can. Roast looks pretty good on these. Greg, you probably can't see what the hell I'm doing.
That's okay. I examined the coffee beans earlier today, so I don't really need to.
They did. For those that don't know, the bean here does have some characteristics of an Ethiopian. Pretty solid.
You're sounding a little bit too much like you know what you're talking about.
I know all about it.
Okay.
I know all about it. Not a greasy roast, not like something that I may have had in the last week. I won't name any names. But, people getting started. Great roast, good looking. Right out of the bag, really, really solid smell. I mean, it's, just a bold coffee smell flavor. I mean, this is one of those, as soon as I got it out of the box that it came in, like Christy could smell it. She was like 6 feet away. She's like, wow, that smells really good. And all I did was open the box. I didn't even have the bag out yet. So really good stuff here. I did my new process, 30 grams of coffee in the AeroPress. I didn't do it upside down like you had suggested. But
Well,
I
you don't
did
need
let
to
the,
if you're using that fellow attachment. You don't need to do an
yeah,
inversion.
because it won't, that fellow attachment won't let it come through until you apply pressure because it's got that little
Right. So
rubber
like
piece in it.
that is the, and we'll talk about that later. Because I ended up getting one, so I need some discussion with you on that.
Ballin'. Right after the brew, and I did two fully independent brews. So I filled up my Fellows travel deal and I did my Fellows thing here so you can see through that liquid. You know what? I got the piney smell back in the in the coffee. But sometimes I get that, sometimes I don't. But this one had that. That's not a negative thing. It's just for some reason that comes out after the brew. First taste, I swear it doesn't taste like gin. I'm not going to say that, but it's like whatever that tang is, whatever that flavor is in gin, you kind of get a little hit of that. And then kind of a really smooth grape flavor. In the last few coffees, when the coffee is hot, fresh off, I'm getting great flavors, great taste. I mean, it's phenomenal. And I know for so long we would get all those flavors on the cool down. I'm actually enjoying the shit out of it on. Is it a rigs break?
Doesn't matter. Without fail, every single time. He's barking for no freaking reason right now.
Rigs, I don't have a slide for you.
Too. I mean, yeah, we don't. We should have a rigs cam.
We should have a rigs cam
over here.
We'll put a GoPro on his collar. Taste awesome. I'm on the cool down now. Still getting that juniper grape. It actually amplifies quite a bit on the cool down, which is not. It's not a negative. It's just you get more flavor punch on the cool down, and really good.
Absolutely. If I have to, I'm going to jump in here. It's actually a pretty short review because I think it's a really to the point brew in terms of what that flavor profile is. I'm getting. I don't know if it's grape for me. It definitely there's a fruit flavor in there, but I couldn't identify it as grape. I'm not really feeling a sweetness from it, but something is balancing out the acidity that's in here because there's an acidity that's coming through from a definite punch of lemon that I'm getting. And I think the pine, the juniper is very, very present. And I actually really like it. That doesn't turn me off at all. It doesn't take away from the coffee flavor. I think it's really interesting. And I mean, yeah, the pine is abundant from the minute you open the bag while you're brewing, while you're drinking. I guess maybe that pininess reminds me of, being in the woods, drinking coffee when you're cold.
So you got it too?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. It's great.
And
I think it's the first time you ever got that piney smell or taste.
Yeah. And I was worried. I wasn't worried, but I think I told you before we did this one, I was like, man, I'm really interested in what that juniper is going to be like.
Right.
I don't know if I would identify a blind test that I would be like, oh yeah, it's juniper, but it's definitely, there's definitely characteristics of pine needles, that smell. It's there. So, and I mean, I know a juniper is a pine, variant or whatever the hell you want to call that type of tree, but I'm not sure my brain would go, oh yeah, it's juniper. You know what I'm saying?
That's my favorite. What is that, Tanqueray?
Well, man.
Here's what's great.
It's different, and I think it kind of and I think it broke up some of the when you buy coffee, unless you're really dialing in on these experimental or these fermented flavors a lot, you can get put into a lull. So you have a couple of tiers, right? You have like Folgers, then you have like Starbucks and Coffee Bean and whatever the hell else is going on in the commercial industry. And then you start getting into roasters that care about how the beans are roasted, right? And flavor profiles. And there's a safe route in there that kind of hangs out in the baseline, and that's, the old milk chocolate, balanced, etc. And I think that this is in the zone of an Ethiopian, meaning that it's got a flavor differentiator that makes it not just like a regular coffee. And with it not tasting like a regular coffee, I think that it what am I trying to say here? I think it just it's like, oh, that's refreshing, that's nice, that's different. There's not again, like I said, the acidity in here isn't off-putting at all. I think it's actually very welcome with whatever these flavors are that are working in here. So I put this up there at a higher level than just a regular baseline coffee, or kind of what that standard independent roaster.
I wouldn't put this in one of those. You know how sometimes we review these and we're like, this is a good daily coffee. I'm not saying this isn't a good daily coffee, but this would be a nice switch up.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's different.
If you're used to your regular brew that's got a strong, bold flavor, switching to this a couple days a week would really change up the flavor, palate cleanser, if you will.
Okay.
For coffee. So I think that fits the mold here. Cool note, when I ordered the coffee, it had one of those things in there where it says, drop us a note or whatever, any other kind of details. And I said, hey, we're going to be drinking this on the Just the Drip podcast. I got an email back after the order confirming my order. And I think it was, I put her name down here. Maya Johnson said she looks forward to listening to the podcast. So she's going to enjoy that burp and this review of the podcast. So I was pretty excited there. One of the notes that they wrote back in that Maya wrote back is, we are thrilled to introduce this cup of excellence winning coffee, number 15 out of hundreds of coffees in our lineup. Not only is this coffee certified organic, but it is grown in the Finca Los Pinos. That is the Los Pinos farm, for those that don't hablo.
We finna Los Pinos.
Yeah, that finca is farm in Spanish. I'm trilingual.
Trying very hard to be lingual, yes.
This is the first certified carbon neutral farm in Mexico. I'm going to need to do more research on that, what carbon neutral means. I'm assuming that whatever elements they use to farm, that they're producing enough natural goods to offset what they've done to the environment. I think I would need someone to. I'm gonna need somebody to come in and tell us more about carbon neutraling. Proof that the environmental responsibility and sustainable farming can produce some pretty awesome coffees while providing a healthy ecological environment for future generations.
You know what? I like that, and I did burp in the middle of your your repetition of there.
Okay. I got a button. I got a button over there. Boop. I got burp. I got a burp. Burp beep.
We've tried our best to kind of get the responsible coffees. I think it's difficult. We've talked about this. I don't know what episode that was, but we did kind of talk about this at length, and certifications and what some companies say. What are they really doing? Who knows? But we do every now and then discuss the market and fair market price value and what these farmers get paid, right, and the people that work at farms get paid. It's a slippery slope. It's tricky business. Obviously the biggest producers out there, the big box brands, they definitely are not paying a lot of these fair market prices and these wages because they're controlling the market. So that's another reason just to support your small independent roasters. Your coffee costs more because it actually costs more.
Damn right. If you want to get you some Noble coffee, her email, you can obviously go to noblecoffeeroasting.com. Going through the website, it's a great website. They did a really good job on here.
They made that green work on this website, and I'm going to say
that
much.
And boy, that is not an easy color to work with.
It's kind of a army pea green, I guess, maybe. But yeah, they did a good job. I like the site. It's to the point. I'm on it right now, George.
Yeah, I kind of want to hit this. They've got this Noble tonic.
I saw that. Should we
And
order some?
I might have to go back and order some of this and figure out what's going on with it. Because is it tonic in it? Does it have the quinine in it? Is it like tonic water? Or are they using tonic like it's a mixture of things?
That's a great question, George. Let's see here. The secret of Noble Tonic comes from its main ingredient, the fruit of the coffee plant. So it's a what's that called? The
Cascara.
Cascara. Thank you. This
Coffee.
tasty fruit is one of nature's most antioxidant-rich foods, as well as being naturally caffeinated. We harness the power and flavor of this beautiful fruit, then add lemon and agave for a little zing and a touch of sweetness. It doesn't say anything about made with coffee, fruit, lemon, and agave, sparkling, refreshing, and light. It doesn't say exactly what's in it. So who knows? Maybe we ask Maya.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give Maya a call. I'm not asking for anything for free for those that don't know. I would definitely
We don't do that.
What I would do is I would order it, I would give some to Gregor, and then we might talk about it in a recap of another show, but we're not going to review. I mean, maybe we could review their tonic, but pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff here. I did notice, and this is the same address in her email. I'm referring to it because on the screen right now, Gregor can't see. I've actually got the website pulled up. So, and him and I are talking heads on here. But you can give them a shout at their headquarters, Noble Coffee Roasting, 281 4th Street, Ashland, Oregon, 97520. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Where's Ashland at? That's in the Portland area, right? Oh, I thought maybe you would know. Idea. I mean, that's your neck of the woods, bro.
I know. I don't know. It's crazy because if you go through our 77 episodes, how many of those do you think, how many of those coffees are from Oregon? Roasters, not coffees.
At least 15%, probably 20.
I would agree with that. 100.
It is. Oh, Ashland is way down south, so it looks like it's about 30 minutes from the California border.
Oh, like Bend, Oregon, or
30, 45 minutes. No, it's not. It's further south than Bend. It's like
Grants Pass.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like it's about 15 minutes, maybe half an hour from Grants Pass and half an hour from the.
I've been through
maybe
there.
15
We talked.
Minutes. Interesting.
We talked a
little
little
bit. You
bit.
used to drive all the time up to Oregon, didn't you?
I did, but I only go that way. Up to 5
in the summer
because you got to come on the summer because you got to come through. I think it's Shasta.
Nope, I'm not going through anything that sounds like soda. Some bullshit.
Well, I made the mistake and drove through it when it was wintertime, and it got a little scary. Snow got a little deep. Once you get on the I-5, though, everything's done up. I remember they got me. I was coming up through Northern Cali. Crossed over the border. Now, Northern California, I think you can go 75 miles an hour on the freeway. As soon as you cross into Oregon, they don't play that 75. They play like 55.
55? Oh, my God.
I got pulled over by an 82 Dodge green, 82 Dodge. It's like the green for this website.
Was it like a national parks and forest cop?
It had a single light on top of the car that was spinning around.
Like a cop drama.
Sure enough, man, they got me. And he's like, you know how fast you're going? I said, yeah, 78, because it's 75. And he's like, no, it's 55. You crossed over the border a while back. And I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah. Did you put a giant billboard up that said what the speed limit was? No.
They saw those Nevada plates. He's like, I'm getting them.
He's got money.
He rented a Toyota Sierra. He's got it.
This guy lives in a hotel. He spends $150 a night. He's got money.
So, design, like we said, design of the website was nice. The bag is good. I love the way they're doing these two-tone greens. This kind of lighter lime green is nice here. If we're switching cams,
side panels, yeah, those are nice.
The side panels are
somebody camping out? Are they sleeping in a tent right there on the side panel?
I don't know. That is a tent. For those that want to take a look there, we got, I don't know. And they sent, I gave Gregor a couple of these. They sent some stickers, which that one's pretty cool here. That one of these might have to go on the laptop.
Leave a comment down below, and we'll send you these stickers.
For real? You send him Greg's? Well, maybe I'll send you one of these here.
I felt like that's something you have to say when you're on YouTube. Leave a comment, and you got a point down below.
Like, and subscribe and all that great stuff. Good design.
Don't do that.
I like the vector art, the way they did the lion, and everything there. Do they have to give a shout out to Chemex?
It looks like they do. That lion's beard looks kind of like your beard.
Chicks dig it. That's a Chemex on top of that lion's head. I'm wondering if they don't have to throw Chemex some cash.
Nah. They didn't like write Chemex on it. It's just kind of got a shape. It might be a Chemex knockoff. You see them on Amazon.
When I see bags like this, when I see websites like that, I automatically think that these guys are doing big things in coffee.
Of course.
Because it is not cheap to produce. I mean, and this is a resealable bag for those that have listened to other episodes. Thank you for using resealable bags. One of the last bags we got, once you cut the top, you gotta cinch it down.
I have a gripe. I went to open mine today, and the little tab you pull.
Yeah.
Tab broke straight off.
You do it on. You can do it on the other side. The other side has a tab too.
So then I pulled the tab on the other side. It broke straight off. I was like,
seriously?
So yeah, I had to cut the bag open. So I saw it.
Terrible.
I go, oh, we got a resealable bag. This is nice. No, it came and got me. That's okay. Mine was 1 out of 1,000. Don't blame me.
You could have cut right above the resealable part.
Yeah, listen, George. I was already 17 minutes late to getting things going. I just took a knife and just gouged it, and there we are.
Terrible.
I kept the bag though. I like the bag.
Good. Shout out to Maya Johnson. Really appreciate your email back.
Say Maya? You gotta relax.
I think it was Maya.
I think it's just Maya.
Maya? Well, she's gonna leave a comment after she watches this.
Mariah?
No, there's no R's.
I know. I felt like I heard ODB again. Mariah, You're on fire. Come on.